Hello everyone, my name is Fauzi Arfan with NPM 225-101-101 and 3. So in this video, I'm going to present to all of you Chapter 3 and 4. So without further ado, let's jump into the Chapter 3, Business Cultures in the Western World. The first one, Introduction to Western Business Cultures. In this chapter, we explore how culture influences business practices in key regions like Europe, America, and Australasia. These regions have distinct approaches to management, communication, and decision-making, which are critical to understand when engaging in international business. We'll delve into the characteristics of each region and how they shape business interactions. Now let's begin with European business cultures. There are some key differences between Northern and Southern Europe. For instance, Germany is known for its formal and structured approach to business, where clarity and precision are highly valued. In contrast, France maintains a hierarchical style where authority is emphasized, but decision may take time as people consult superiors. On the other hand, Scandinavian countries like Sweden and Denmark prefer a consensus-based approach, decisions that are made collectively reflecting their egalitarian culture. Despite these differences, one commonality in European business is the importance of building long-term relationships. Trust is key, and it often takes time to establish. Next is American and Australasian cultures. Let's move on to American and Australasian business cultures. The United States emphasizes individualism and innovation and results as a very much a low-context culture, meaning communication is direct and focused on getting straight to the point. Leaders in American companies are expected to be decisive and action-oriented. In contrast, Australasia, which includes countries like Australia and New Zealand, has a more collaborative way approach that there are some characteristics with the US. There's a stronger emphasis on a teamwork and balanced decision-making. Leaders are expected to be approachable and open to ideas from the team. So, while both regions prioritize efficiency, Australasia leans toward group collaboration. Next is cultural differences in businesses. Now let's compare how communication and decision-making differ across these regions. In Europe, communication tends to be formal and relationship-driven. For example, in places like Germany or France, there's a clear structure to how things are communicated and how much value is placed on being true. American business communication, on the other hand, is direct and action-oriented. People want to get to the point and move forward quickly, and focusing on results rather than formalities. In Australasia, communication is more informal and team-oriented. There is a strong focus on open dialogue and collaboration, which reflects to their egalitarian values. When it comes to decision-making, Europeans tend to make their time building conscious before moving forward. In contrast, Americans prefer to make decisions quickly, often led by a strong leader, and Australasians strike a balanced decision that are made with input from the group, but the process is not as slow in Europe. To wrap things up, the key takeaway from Chapter 3 is that understanding cultural differences is essential for effective international business. Whether you are dealing with European formality, American directness, or Australasian collaboration, adapting to your style to fit to the local culture is crucial. In practice, this means just adjusting your communication methods, respecting local decision-making process, and always being mindful of cultural norms. This insight will help us navigate the complexities of global business and ultimately be more successful in cross-cultural environments. Next is Chapter 4, Business Cultures in Asia, Africa, and Middle East. Introduction to Business Cultures in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. We'll dive into the fascinating world of business cultures in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. These regions present unique challenges and opportunities because of how culture shapes business practices, unlike the West where efficiency and contrast are the often focus. Here, it's all about relationships, trust, and hierarchical system. We'll explore key regions and how their cultural values influence their approach to business. Business cultures in Asia. Let's start with Asia in this region. Business is heavily influenced by Confucianism in countries like China, Japan, and South Korea, and Hinduism or Buddhism in Southern Asia such as India. In China, the concept of guangshi play a central role. Guangse means personal connection, and without this, it's almost impossible to move forward in business. You have to build trust before any deal can be made. Moving to India, they focus on karma, which reflects to believe that every action has long-term consequences. So their decision is business often consider the bigger picture, including moral and ethical dimensions. In both regions, hierarchy is critical and decisions are usually made by senior members, and you'll often see emphasis on respect for ages and position. In short, Asian value long-term relationship and stability over quick gains. Business cultures in the Middle East. Now we turn to the Middle East. Business in this region is deeply influenced by Islamic principles and family structures. Many businesses are family-owned and leadership is highly hierarchical. Decisions are typically made by senior family members with younger generation waiting to their turn. One phrase you'll hear often in the Middle East is Inshallah, meaning God willing. This reflects that the belief that while human can plan, ultimately can outcome in God's hand. This cultural attitude affects business negotiation, which can take longer because it's about building trust and ensuring that all parties feel respected. Reputation is everything in the Middle East. You just don't represent yourself. You represent your family, and by extension by your business. Deals are built on mutual respect and personal relationships, not just contracts and numbers. Now let's move on to Africa. In this region, business is operate under mix of traditional tribal values and modern Western influences. One key factor here is the importance of family and tribal connection. Unlike in the West, where business is mostly about individual achievement, in Africa, it's about the collective good. Decision-making tends to prioritize what's best for the group, not just the individual. You'll also notice the strong sense of communalism and human orientation. This means that workplaces are often highly social, with employees forming close family-like bonds. However, there is some resistance to Western ideas like aggressive competition and individualism. Instead, African cultures prefer to work in harmony, often using conflict resolution strategies that focus on reconciliation. What we have seen today is that business across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East is built on relationships, whether it's through Guangse in China, family ties in Africa, or Islamic ethics in the Middle East. You can't succeed in these regions without investing time in building trust and maintaining long-term relationships. Understanding these cultural dynamics like Confucian values, karma, and communalism helps us better navigate the complexities of international businesses. The key takeaway here is to always adapt your approach when working in these regions. It's not just about making deals, it's about respecting their values and earning their trust. I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention to my video, and I'll see you on the next weekly presentation. I'm Fauzi Arfan, signing out. Bye-bye.